Now from the Robin Reed Weather Center, here's your first alert hometown weather forecast.
Well, hey there, everyone. I hope you had a great Saturday. Let's go ahead and talk about the system that's been the talk of the town over the past several days. Do want to give you the first alert here. Here is the updated snow and sleet forecast for our hometowns. Let's start from the bottom of the screen and work our way up toward the north. So this lighter blue shaded area does include Martinsville to Danville over towards South Boston. Generally, that's about an inch or less of snow and sleet from this storm system. There's a wide swath on this darker blue shaded region, generally for hometowns roughly along and south of US 460. Does include Marion down toward Galax, Wytheville, Blacksburg, Radford over toward Floyd. Does include the Roanoke Valley toward Rocky Mount, Alta Vista over toward Keysville. 1 to 4 inches of snow and sleet expected from this system. And then there's a zone here of 3 to 6 inches just north of there, likely probably into northern portions of Botetourt County, into southern Rockbridge County, maybe into southern Allegheny County, into Amherst County and southern Nelson County. And then this orange shaded area, the models still don't have a great agreement on what exactly is going to happen in this region. Now we've gone middle of the road here, about 6 to 10 inches of snow and sleet expected. Now we could see some locally higher totals if the snow comes down much more time frame and also a heavier amount of that, especially into portions of Pocahontas and Highland counties, maybe as far south as Bath County and into northern portions of Rockbridge and northern Nelson County. On the opposite end of that, if we see more sleet in this region, that would cut down on totals. So we'll have to watch that very closely. As for freezing rain or ice potential here, much of the region could see up to around 1/4 of an inch of ice. And there has been model indication this afternoon into the evening hours, some of the spine of the Blue Ridge here, and then over into portions of Craig County and into Giles County could see up to 4/10 of an inch of ice. And once you start to get in that region, then you start to work in some much more significant impacts from ice. So let's talk about those ice impacts right now. This by no means will be a crippling ice storm for any of our hometowns. I just want to get that out of the way right now. Most of this will be a nuisance event when it comes to ice, about 1/4 of an inch or less for most of us. Minor power outages, wind chills will be coated, light icing on trees. Across the higher elevations in some of those areas I just mentioned that could see up to 4/10 of an inch of ice, could see numerous power outages, some tree damage, and also roads will be very slick from that ice. So, of course, we'll be watching that very closely. That ice event will take place as we head through Monday morning. Latest hour-by-hour forecast here. I've also overlaid the temperatures so we can see what the temperatures are doing at that particular time frame. Here we are tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock. Good to go if you're heading out to church. Temperatures teens and 20s. By about midday, that moisture will start to work in our far southwestern communities. Notice those temperatures generally mid to upper 30s, but as the precipitation begins to work into the region, that whole column of the atmosphere will moisten, and also the temperatures will decrease here at the surface. So by late afternoon heading into the evening hours on Sunday, this is probably some pretty decent snow that's coming down across many of our hometowns. And notice those temperatures on either side of 30 degrees. That will continue through about mid-evening, and then some drier weather will begin to work in late evening into around midnight. And then here comes the main system, the main push of moisture. Notice it's a thumping snow along and north of I-64, freezing rain and sleet in the pink shaded area here, and then maybe a cold rain developing south and west of I-77 as we head through this event. Monday morning commute, it's going to be a nasty one with that mixed precip continuing. And then by about midday, much of that moisture will be pushing off toward the east. The wraparound snow will be pushing in Monday afternoon into the evening hours with that last burst of snow working on through. So here's your first alert 7-day forecast. First alert weather days Sunday and Monday, and then frigid conditions working into next week. Those overnight lows in the single digits and teens. Michaela.